Okay, so if you've been living under a rock, then you probably have not heard of the best movie that has come out in recent times, called A Complete Unknown, starring Timothée Chalamet, and I just need to talk about it because I need to tell someone about it. I am obsessed, and I've already seen it twice in theaters, which I know is like not a lot, but I'm not really someone who sees movies multiple times in theaters unless I'm like obsessed with it. The last time I did that was Dune Part 2. Yeah, which by the way, Dune Part 2, amazing. But yeah, I saw A Complete Unknown a week apart, and I will probably see it again. Actually, if I see it for the third time, it will be the first movie that I've ever seen 3 times in the theaters. So that will make history for myself, but I genuinely, like, usually when I see movies twice, after the second time, I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, I don't want to see it again. I've seen movies twice in theaters a few times, and this is like the first time where like I walked out of the theater and I was like, okay, I can actually see that again. Like, that has never happened. I have never wanted to see a movie 3 times before, so that is just crazy. Yeah, I saw it a week ago and I already am like excited to see it again. I've been watching like a bunch of interviews and all the press stuff on YouTube, and every time I see the clips, I'm like, man, like I want to see that again. It's just, more people need to be talking about this, and I know people are, but I need to be talking about this. I'm obviously like Gen Z. I wasn't really that familiar with Bob Dylan. Honestly, I only knew his name. I didn't know anything about him, didn't really know any of his songs. I just knew the name, and I barely even knew what the guy looked like. This movie really opened the door for, honestly, like new music for me. Also Joan Baez. And all the folk music, just all the music in that film, top tier. I cannot stop listening to Bob Dylan. And yeah, I didn't really know him at all before this movie, and now I'm like, I'm actually a fan. I've always liked folk music, but now I feel like I have a greater appreciation for it, just seeing kind of like all the history in like the 60s. The music is just so good. Like, I just can't believe that like this guy, Timothée Chalamet, spent 5 years learning guitar and singing. Like, I play guitar, and like the stuff that he was doing was hard, like finger picking. Well, okay, maybe it's not that hard, but as someone who does play guitar, like singing and playing at the same time is hard. Finger picking and playing at the same time is hard, and the fact that he mastered that in 5 years and like sings in the movie and sings well and is doing it well, and he plays everything live, nothing is studio recorded. Like, all the singing that him and Joan are doing, that him and Monica are doing, is all live. The guitar, the singing, live, which is just crazy because most biopics, they don't do that live. Even like musicals, they don't do that live. So the fact that like all of that was live just makes it so much better, honestly. The fact that it's live, and the fact that like him and Monica like they're not musicians, and the fact that they learned to become a musician for this role just makes it so much better. Like, that makes it so much better. And it's set in the 60s, which is like, I just love seeing period pieces. It's so cool, especially about music. I mean, it makes sense that I love this because music biopics are like one of my favorite genres. And I'm also, like I said, I'm a musician, so I just love anything about music. And one of my favorite things about going to the theater is listening to the music with the sound system, because it's so nice. So I'm always so like baffled sometimes when people don't want to see movies twice, because I'm like, this is the only time you're ever going to experience this movie in the best setting, and why wouldn't you want to see it more than once? It's like they spent all that money making the film. Non-streaming films are made for the theater setting. Like, they're made for the big screen, and they're made for the surround sound, good sound system. So like, why wouldn't you want to experience that? Like, it honestly annoys me when my friends are like, oh, like, I don't want to see it in theaters, I'll wait until it hits streaming. I'm like the opposite. Like, I will only watch it in theaters. I don't want to watch it on TV. Obviously, my favorite ones I will watch on TV, because it's like, if they're my favorite movies, or if I like them, yeah, I'll watch them again, because I'll probably like want to see it. But I don't know, I'm someone who, I'm like, I have to see it in theaters. If I like it, I will see it more than once, because I want to experience something that I love with the best screen and the best sound. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of music biopics, and this one's probably my favorite one. Like, one that comes in close second was like the Elvis movie. I saw that one twice when it came out. I really, really liked the Elvis movie. I thought Austin Butler did a really good job. The music was also fantastic. Like, I was listening to Elvis after I saw that, and now I'm listening to Bob Dylan after, but I think this one is better, honestly. Which is crazy because I was like obsessed with the Elvis movie, but this one, I actually think this one's better because, like I said, this is the first time where I think I want to see a movie 3 times. I just want to tell everyone about it. I want everyone to go see this movie, even if you don't know who Bob Dylan is, because I did not know who Bob Dylan was. I mean, I knew who he was. I knew he was a musician, but I didn't really know who he was until watching this movie, and now I want to know everything about him. I want to listen to all the songs. Joan Baez, oh my gosh, her voice, amazing. Even, again, Monica did such a good job. I just, like, these people really, really, like, were so convincing, like, incredible, like, so impressive. The cinematography, the music, the acting, the story, even the story, because I feel like a lot of times when you watch these films about musicians, it's mostly music centered, because it's like you're going to watch someone transform into this musician, and you get to like see kind of their life or how they came up, and it's a lot of it is music oriented because the musician is famous for their music. But I feel like this one just has such a good storyline, like a really, really good storyline. Like, I was emotionally moved at the end of the film, like, genuinely. But I don't know what's true or what's not true, but it is a story. It was written by someone, but I'm just saying, like, even if you're not going into it for the music, it is a really good story, really good screenplay. Like, I don't know, I just think everything about it is really good. The whole time period, 60s, they did a great job. I think this, I don't want to say it should win the Oscar or it should have won the Golden Globe, but obviously I love it. I was rooting for it to win, but unfortunately, music, films, musicals, biopics, they usually don't win the Golden Globe or the Oscar, unfortunately, which sucks. I really, really wish it did, and I really wish Timothy would win the Oscar, or he won the Golden Globe or whatever, but like I said, he's not gonna win because it is a biopic and it's just not gonna win. But that's sad because I think sometimes these people really do deserve it, even if it's about music. I really wish these type of films got more credit in the film Hollywood space. I guess more in like the Hollywood like awards space, because I just feel like a lot of people kind of like see these movies and they, I don't know, think they're less than because it's like about a person or something that already happened. I don't know, but if it were up to me, I think this movie should win a lot of awards. If you take anything out of this video, it is to go watch A Complete Unknown out in theaters now. You will not be disappointed, I promise. You will not be disappointed. If you like folk music, you're gonna love it. Even if you don't like folk music, you'll probably start liking it after watching this film.